A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit. Well, this is the reason why Juliet Holness should never be the House Speaker. My wisdom warriors, listen to this.
When a speaker seeks an opinion from the Attorney General, the speaker does so as the umpire of Parliament in the capacity as Speaker of this House. And the context in which that opinion was sought was a matter that had been raised and was of some contention as to how these reports would be treated when they come to Parliament. It is in that context that the opinion was sought from the Attorney General. Having received that opinion, the right and transparent thing to do would be to share it with the members of Parliament. The members of Parliament. Everyone here on both sides, whether you're government or opposition, is neither here nor there. It is an opinion that was rendered on an important procedural matter affecting the governance of this country and its Parliament. And we have a right as members of Parliament to know the contents of that opinion and whether or not the reasoning is sound as to how the change has been implemented, as to how these reports are to be treated with. And in response to Minister, acting leader or House leader for today, I would also make the point that you have not made a ruling on the issue as to whether or not the Attorney General's opinion should be shared with us. You did not rule on that matter. We have been requesting it over time. You have been indicating that it wasn't ready or you were still reviewing it, and that is why our leader of opposition business today raised it again to say, can we see it? Because we would like to see it. My understanding is that it actually says that the prior convention was sound in law. There was nothing in the law that made it wrong for those reports to be tabled as soon as they come to Parliament. And if that is the case, why are we departing from a sound convention that is in the interest of good governance and transparency? And why would anyone want to hide the advice that the Speaker is relying on in making a ruling that affects all of us in here? It is not good policy. It is not good governance. And I ask you, Madam Speaker, as the umpire of proceedings in this House, to consider the matter in that light and to share the opinion with us, and also to consider whether we should not go back to the convention that has served this country well.
Una sister Juliet Holness is a Jezebel. Una see that do? You see the whole of them know say after them name the in the report. Them know that, but them never want table it. Them never want table the report Jamaica. Then delay it. This is why Mark Golding and the team, and we the Jamaican people, never want Juliet Holness to step back in a parliament, but she are no House Speaker, because that is conflict of interest, and she never do a good job. She never do a good job, my wisdom warriors. When it come to the report, I see she always hide it. Then me people, one thing say, if PNP name the Depani, she would not delay it. Talk the truth what God love. If the People's National Party minister's name the depend that, on the thing she wouldn't delay it, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. And these people now have no respect for the Jamaican people. No respect whatsoever. None. She doesn't care. The whole of them corrupt. The whole of them corrupt Jamaica. And we need to get rid of these people that is corrupt. And only we, the Jamaican people, can do that. And we alone can move them. We alone, it come like when keep forgetting. Like literally. And we have the power in Jamaica. I know them, I know them. So don't make Andrew Holness use police for threaten uno. Or use police for intimidate uno. Once uno come out in on the numbers, I done it done. Uno hear me? I done it done, Jamaica. These people are collecting what? 700 million. Wasting taxpayer money. This is our money, We pay tax. We pay tax, Jamaica. And them take 700 million. Remember, Mark Golding cabinet not involved in that, 700 million for 35 members. And Jamaican people wanna sit down with it to talk about Andrew Holness a good prime minister. To how me see things, everything I get worse. Everything. And it's only affecting the poorer class of people. You know see what happened to the vendors them? You know see? But when we come out and tell you these things that it going to happen, you know see a lie PNP I tell. And now when these things happening, me hear the labor right them out here talking about PNP used to do it. Like, what are you guys talking about? Andrew Wellness said choose Jamaica. Andrew Wellness said prosperity. And that Andrew Wellness say, So how comes on a labor right to talk about PNP used to do it? How that mix up in a prosperity? I just really don't understand you guys. Una really not care for una brothers and sisters, Una labor right is no different from Andrew Wellness. Una is no different. Same way how Andrew Wellness stand, as so Una stand. Look how the man from over Africa reach out to Andrew Wellness. Look how the man from over Africa reach out to Andrew Wellness other day when the man send in worker come to come speak on his behalf. The man send out a message to Andrew Wellness and Andrew Wellness can tell the man say you know want the man they take to him. And we know say truth and rights that the man they are deal with. Then Andrew Wellness a good somebody on the dirty king labor right we get up a praise Choro. I want one name. I can't call his name good at Jamaica. Yeah? Uno dirty king labor right. I say, yes, Choro a good man. So how comes on a leader disrespect the man? Choro now dictate to Andrew Wellness. He want Andrew Wellness to come on board. But Andrew Wellness have bow down to America, you know. Hey, Andrew Wellness a real bowers, you know. A real puppet in this. Real puppet. Real puppet. And I see the next thing we are growing in Jamaica where me hear all Cliff Hughes a talk about it and I say how it is a good thing Jamaica never walk out of the UN when the Israel man did a talk on all these bullshit. Andrew Wellness a coward, he only hot for poor people. Let me tell you that. Andrew Wellness only hot and have strength for poor people and them alone he oppress. Him want to be big top shot leader, but he can't stand him grounds. Coward! You know, see, when him all go around, one whole heap of police up and down behind him because he's a coward. This man is mischievous, doing things behind our back, and then have police back him. And with him bright self, I can't tell Choro about finna dictate to him. Come on, Andrew too. Andrew somebody. Andrew Wellness is nothing but a thief. Nothing but a thief. Me see all some little idiot labor right come out and throw out for Mark Golding. Mark Golding mean well for uno. Andrew Wellness no mean well for uno. Uno go suffer like dog. And uno labor right, uno don't even care about uno labor right colleagues. Uno don't care. Only person uno care about are the friggin' thief. We are thief from we. Only person uno care about. Andrew Wellness are the highest paid prime minister in the Caribbean. For doing what? For doing what? For doing what? Andrew Wellness not do nothing. Most of the things them in Jamaica, Andrew Wellness have shares in her. The whole of the big contract, them and wife I get it. Cause him wife a big top contractor. You never know these things. You never know. This is why Andrew Wellness get up every day and talk about his building. Building what? You're building all these things. How that building is helping the poorer class of people. I can't understand you. And you're not doing shit. You just come up with this thing and the people them say the stakeholders and investors say them a build this, build that, and then you run gang and take picture and you gang and cut ribbon. Like you guys are waste of time. Waste of time. All what me say uno do to the vendors them. All what me say uno do to the vendors and uno labor right and say Andrew Wellness a good man. How comes a good prime minister who do something like that to his own people? Like literally, if people them have to go try to start all back over again. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But me just a look for uno. Me just a wait and a look. Because me I tell us say pressure I go bust pipe. Because uno Jamaican people, uno only like when uno start feel things physically, then uno go rise up. But let me tell you something. Andrew Wellness putting things in place. So when uno ready for rise up, uno can't even move. Uno can't even move. So uno stay there. Let me tell you something, you know. Uno go always. You see when time push come to shove, uno go always talk about at half of the press. Uno always go say, boy, one thing, you know. At half of the press usually one way, you know. One way we never used to take heed. But Jamaican people take heed before it is too late. Anyway, my people, I want to listen to this and know a little bit more about Mark Golding regarding the constitutional reform. So take a listen to this.
Mark J. Golding's contribution to law reform from 2012 to 2022. A decade of commitment to change. For over a decade, Mark Golding dedicated his efforts as the Justice Minister for Jamaica and now leader of the opposition, bringing about significant reforms and introducing new legislation that transformed lives and businesses across the nation. Through his diligence and unwavering commitment, a total of 124 pieces of legislation were brought to Parliament in a matter of only 4 years, addressing critical areas of concern and paving the way for a better future. Let's take a look at some of the key legislation passed or reformed each year. In 2012, 12 pieces of legislation were passed. Here are 5 for reference. 1. The Road Traffic Ticket Temporary Ticket Amnesty Act. 2. The Appropriation Act. 3. The National Parenting Support Commission Act. 4. The Public Debt Management Act. 5. The Evidence Special Measures Act. In 2013, 40 pieces of legislation were passed. Here are 24 of those. 1. The Protection of Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture Act. 2. The Larceny Amendment Act. 3. The Law Reform Flogging and Whipping Abolition Act. 4. The Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act. 5. The Tax Administration Jamaica Act. 6. The Professions Supplementary to Medicine Validation and Indemnity of Counsel Act. 7. The Appropriation Act. 8. The Charitable Organizations Tax Harmonization Miscellaneous Provisions Act. 9. The Financial Investigations Division Amendment Act. 10. The Revenue Administration Amendment Act. 11. The Trademarks Amendment Act. 12. The Trafficking in Persons Prevention, Suppression and Punishment Amendment Act. 13. The Income Tax Amendment Act. 14. The Mustard Seed Missionaries and Corporation Investing Act. 15. The Crown Property Vesting Amendment Act. 16. The Committal Proceedings Act. 17. The Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act. 18. The Proceeds of Crime Amendment Act. 19. The Caribbean Community Free Movement of Skilled Persons Act. 20. The United Nations Security Council Resolutions Implementation Act. 21. The Church of Haile Selassie I Incorporation Investing Act. 22. The Defamation Act. 23. The Charities Act. 24. The Security Interests in Personal Property Act. In 2014, 34 pieces of legislation were passed. Here are 12 of those. 1. The Public Bodies Management and Accountability Amendment Act. 2. The Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act. 3. The Banking Services Act. 4. The Municipalities Validation and Amendment Act. 5. The Customs Amendment Act. 6. The Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act. 7. The Disabilities Act. 8. The Insolvency Act. 9. The Employment Flexible Arrangement Miscellaneous Provisions Act. 10. The Timeshare Vacations Act. 11. The Anti-Doping in Sport Act. 12. The Integrity Commission Act. In 2015, 25 pieces of legislation were passed. Here are 15 of those. 1. The Disaster Risk Management Act. 2. The Dangerous Drugs Amendment Act. 3. The Appropriation Act. 4. The Minimum Business Tax Act. 5. The Revenue Appeals Division Act. 6. The Administrator General's Amendment Act. 7. The Copyright Amendment Act. 8. The Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Act. 9. The Electricity Act. 10. The Revenue Administration Amendment Act No. 19. 11. The Public Procurement Act. 12. The Kingston and St. Andrew Corporation General Election Postponement Act. 13. The Parish Council's General Election Postponement Act. 14. The Cybercrimes Act. 15. The Jury Amendment Act. In 2016, 11 pieces of legislation were passed. Here are 9 of those. 1. The Insurance Amendment Act. 2. The Firearms Amendment Act. 3. The Maritime Drug Trafficking Suppression Amendment Act. 4. The Local Government Financing and Financial Management Act. 5. The Local Government Unified Service and Employment Act. 6. The Special Economic Zone Act. 7. The Local Governance Act. 8. The Representation of the People Amendment Act. 9. The DNA Evidence Act. From 2012 to 2022, legislation encompassing a wide range of areas such as taxation, justice, consumer protection, and social reforms was diligently crafted and implemented, leaving a lasting impact on Jamaican society. Thanks to Mark Golding's vision and unwavering dedication, lives were changed, businesses flourished, and Jamaica took significant strides toward progress. There are even bills he has tabled, but they are being kept on hold by government. Criminal Justice Administration Amendment Act. The Child Care and Protection Amendment Act. Both tabled January 2016 in order to allow for harsher penalties against persons who commit crimes against women and children. April 2021. Impeachment Bill. In regards to parliamentarians. November 2021. 2 bills tabled to make pepper spray legal after Connie Jackson was abducted and killed. The Offensive Weapons Prohibition Amendment Act 2021 and Firearms Amendment Act 2021. February 2023. Amendment to the Road Traffic Amendment Act 2018 to address the child restraint issue. This was blocked by the government, who used their majority to stop him so he wouldn't get the credit for doing it. Though some bills are currently being held back by the government, Mark Golding's relentless pursuit of justice remains evident. From addressing crimes against women and children to advocating for necessary reforms, his commitment never wavers.
Andrew Holness, do that and beat Mark Golding. Do that and beat Mark Golding. How much legislation you bring in a parliament? Not even one. Not even one. Yeah, me don't know how some people not see what is really going on, you know. Me don't know how these Jamaican people who no dirty kin labor right me a chat. Me don't know how no come out every single day cussing Mark Golding when a Mark Golding fight for no blouse and skirt. And Mark Golding, you know, fight for no sorry ass. Mark Golding come up with 124 legislation for uno Jamaican people, for things better off for uno. But uno don't see that. What uno for know, no know. What uno for know, uno no know. Mighty God, may I tell you. And uno can see say Andrew Holness always a using majority and a black this and a black that. And not for the time when Mark Golding come up with ideas, Andrew Holness always steal it. He always come out and chat about it is not a good idea and then after and thief it. Yeah, that's what they do. So listen. Let me tell you now, Mark Golding are the real G. Mark Golding are the real general. Him run things in a parliament. Remember say Andrew no bright. All he know if he do a shout. Andrew Holness no bright, none at all. I remember say Christopher Tufton did tell we and one way, say Andrew don't like bright people. And he feel threatened by bright people. No wonder why you seen take piece of set and I tell pure lie for Mark Golding. Andrew is not a good individual. He must go. Andrew Holness, and listen, I know God and Jesus, Andrew Holness praise, you know. You never say Andrew Holness a pray to all. He all tell them say my Jews. Rotted wall. You don't know how I go to Jamaica. Hey, it is good, you know, if you listen to the foreign news them. If you listen to the foreign news, mighty God. Andrew lie. Wisdom warriors, yes, I left it. Like and share out this video. Tell a friend, tell a friend about Attack for the Press. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe, turn on your post notification bell. So as I drop the video them, you get them straight away. And also run over to my second channel. It is called Lady Press. Alright? Blessings.